sweet, sweet memories you gave me.
The day after I graduated from high school, we drove to Chicago. This vacation lasted 2 weeks. It was wonderful to see our grandfather, step-grandmother, and our Aunt Anita. Anita is our mother's half-sister. She is 9 months older than I am.
One girl, one boy, some grief, some joy, memories are made of this.
The memories you gave me.
Don't forget a small moonbeam.
Dad took us to see the White Sox play the New York Yankees. The parking lot was full when we arrived. A policeman said, "Park here in the red zone and give me $5. I'll watch your car."
Mine, 2 sips of wine.
On July 1st, the day after we returned from Chicago, I boarded a train that took me to Fort Ord. Fort Ord is located near Monterey and Salinas. I was 17, and this was the first time I had been away from home. Basic training presented me with the opportunity to learn how to shoot a rifle, throw a grenade, stab with a bayonet, and crawl under barbed wire. My sergeant said, "You couldn't kill a baby with that bayonet." And I responded, "Sarge, I'm not mean enough to."
Because you're mine.
We had a group of guys from all over the states, and this is how I got exposed to country and western music.
I find it very, very easy to be true. I find myself alone when each day's...
Upon completion of my basic training, I went home on leave. Mom and Dad took me to Billy Gray's bandbox, where I had one heck of a good time with them. I was supposed to go to clerk typist school, but they put me into advanced infantry training, where I fired expert with a Browning automatic rifle. After 2 weeks, I was enrolled into clerk typist school. After graduating from clerk typist school, I was given the job of writing press releases about various soldiers. The press releases were then sent to their hometown newspapers. These are my dog tags, my corporal stripes that I earned after 3 years of going to meetings, and my weapons firing medals. Also, I received a diploma after my 6 months of active duty.
You're mine. I walk the line.
Darling, you send me.
Our Aunt Anita is beautiful in her bridal gown. Joining her are Grandpa Morris and our step-grandmother Rebecca, who Mom always called Betty. Barney Sidler, the groom, was born in Poland. During World War II, Barney was in the Buchenwald concentration camp. On April 11, 1945, at the age of 12, Barney was released from the concentration camp. Uncle Barney came to the USA with nothing and was extremely successful in the insurance business.
Well, step aside, Harv. This is your brother Barry. Let me tell you about this year, 1958. Graduation day from junior high school. That is Louis Pasteur Junior High, with 2 of my beautiful classmates. Well, check out the poodle skirt on one of the girls. Wow. I headed off onto high school. In fact, Los Angeles High, 10th grade. I was moving into the big time of my life. Graduation evening. Here we are at the Moulin Rouge nightclub, celebrating graduation day. Across and left to me was my good buddy Norm Jerome, and across from me was my secret date, my cousin Myrna Gershenson, who I introduced as Myrna Whitney. Shame, shame, shame. Well, anyway, we saw on stage that night Sammy Davis Jr., who was absolutely incredible. Only time I've seen him live in person, it was a sheer delight.
The year is 1958. Dad and Maury opened Sterling Cleaners on the corner of Santa Monica and San Vicente Boulevard. It was a gold mine location that was eventually taken away from us by the right of eminent domain. A customer of this location offered to build a new location on Westwood Boulevard. In March of 1963, Barry and I took over that location on Westwood Boulevard and stayed there until 2007.
To marry you and take.
For 3 years after my active duty, I had to go to summer camp. The camp was named Camp Roberts. It was located near Paso Robles. At the camp, we played war games. An example was we were given small bags filled with flour, which were supposed to be hand grenades. We were also supplied with blank cartridges. I forgot I had a blank in my rifle, and while riding in a Jeep, I shot a hole in the canvas top.
Doo-be-doo-dum-dum, dum-doo-dum, doo-be-doo-dum-dum, dum-doo-dum, doo-be-doo-dum-dum.
These are the last pictures we have of our grandparents Pincus and Eva. Dad loved taking photos with his Polaroid camera. Unfortunately, some of the photos were damaged by chemicals or the camera. Here is Graham and Popsy with Brother Mark in our Olympic Boulevard apartment.
This is Barry again, and talking about when we were living in Westchester. I started bowling with friends and would go around the house saying, "My dad won't take me bowling." Long story short, after we moved into our Olympic Boulevard apartment, Dad was introduced by our neighbor Max Kleinberg to a B'nai B'rith bowling league, which became Dad's most active pastime on weekends for the years to come. I also remember when Dad and I would bowl together in pot games on Sunday morning. Yeah, Dad was always remembered for the famous Benny Ball.
For your kisses and your love, doobie-doo, please come to me, doobie-doo, from up above.
With 11 years separating us, my little brother Mark was more than just a brother. In the early years, I was delegated to ride my bicycle to the local drugstore to pick up diapers for my baby bro. It was great having a little brother to push around and play with. Great times together. I miss that.
Dum 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 doo dum doobie doo 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 dum 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 doo dum.
Our grandfather Morris Usman visited us in California. He took a train until the first time he flew when he was 95 years old.
This is Barry again talking about Popsy and Grandma. What an incredible couple. True lovebirds. They encircled themselves with many friends and spent many weekends at the mineral baths at either Highland Springs or Murrieta, just enjoying each other and the great outdoors. So with Mom being an only child, Grandma and Popsy spent a lot of time during the holidays, and Grandma always came with her freshly baked oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. Yum, yum. We love those cookies.